All right, right now we'll bring in Mike Cozzi and we'll check sports. Good morning there, Mike.
Good morning.
A couple of stories that I want to start off with before we get to racing and stuff like that. First of all, the Yankees and Red Sox series has been postponed.
No, that's not true.
Not been postponed.
Only the game last night.
The game last night, but they don't know about tonight's game. But still, I mean, it was postponed because of numerous positive COVID tests in the Yankee organization.
Yeah, if you believe in that.
Well, it's this came 3.5 hours before the game time. Well, anyways, I'm just going to let your comments, your comment at the end there, remain. It seems suspicious to me, but you know what? I'm not going to say it is or it isn't, but I'm just saying, biggest series of the season, opening up the second half of the season. The Yankees can basically put the Yankees away for the season if they win this series, they sweep this series. Just very interesting. That's all I'll say.
Like you said, there was only one game last night, and what better way to get somebody's attention than doing what they did, especially since life's been getting back to normal, and I don't think they want life getting back to normal yet. So I think that's a pretty good way to make a statement.
Well,
that's my opinion.
Well, that's my opinion too. But something's rotten in Denmark, is what my grandmother used to say.
So, I believe that. I believe that. Pretty soon they're going to say Santa Claus ain't coming again. Just hold on.
All right. So now of course, everybody knows that my first session today, my second session on Monday, and my third session on Wednesday, I'm having my left knee, the first of my knees, to have stem cell transplants to try to fix it. But my left knee, I don't even have an ACL, so no matter what they do, I'll be wearing a brace on my left knee. But the story came out yesterday that Tom Brady played the entire season with a torn MCL. And if that's true, he's a far superior athlete than we thought.
Well, on the other shoe now, if he would have said that, people would say, yeah, sure. And there's a lot of people saying, yeah, sure. So he said what he said, and, you believe it or you don't believe it. But my opinion, I believe it. Tom Brady's the best quarterback to ever play.
Yeah.
What reason does he have to lie?
There is no reason to lie. There is no reason to lie. He doesn't have to lie.
I mean, unlike our first story, what reason does he have to lie?
None. None. And it's just, like I said, I used to be a Tom Brady hater. Not a real hater, but I'd like to see him lose. You know what? When he won that last Super Bowl, it just sealed it for me. You're right. He's the best quarterback ever to play the game. The best.
He sealed it a long time ago.
Yeah, but he sealed it in cement. I mean, I don't know what somebody's going to have to do to ever replace him at the top of the heap, but I don't know if it's ever going to be possible.
Nobody's ever going to replace him. Yeah. Nobody, because if you look at today's quarterback, even the kid that plays for Kansas City, he's a quarterback / running back. Tom Brady's your last prototypical pocket passer, and he just destroys you. He just destroys you. When the last 2 years he was in New England, he had 0 weapons, and the team won 12, 11 games a year, got to the playoffs, got beat because he had no weapons. When you get to the playoffs, the teams you play are pretty good. So they could scheme defensively to take what little you have out, and thus you lose. But when Tom Brady has the weapons, he does not lose.
Sure.
And you could say that about a few quarterbacks, that when they have the weapons, they win, but not as consistently as Tom Brady. They win. Tom Brady never loses.
Yeah, well,
he's the best ever. I mean, I've played against guys not nowhere near in Tom Brady's category, but guys that were good that you really struggled. When you played them, you went to war, and you hated them because it was tough to beat them. But you didn't hate the person.
Yeah.
You respected the person because of their abilities, and that's Tom Brady. You hate playing him because it's like, this SOB is going to beat me again. But when the game is over, it's like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
And you have to say it. If you're an athlete and you're playing against him and you say, oh, this, that about him, you're not a real competitor. You're just a sour grapes guy. Tom Brady's the best to ever play. Yeah. Period.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Do you want to go into racing right now? Because we have a lot of racing coming up.
Yeah, we can go there. Today's pick is going to come. Yesterday, our horse ran fourth. Ran weird. I mean, it was a first-time starter. Kind of expected it. It was the unknown up there yesterday. It was a weird day at Saratoga yesterday. The first race, a mile and an eighth. Your basic time, your average time for a mile and an eighth is a minute and 50 seconds. These horses ran it in a minute and 55 seconds. For people that don't understand, every second is 5 lengths. So if they ran an average time, these horses that won the race would have been beat by 25 lengths. They were staggering coming home. I thought a few of them were going to fall down. But it was the track condition and the quality of horses that did that. But it was a good day up at Saratoga. It was fantastic to see the place full again, and hopefully it'll be full all weekend. But there's some bad weather coming around. My top pick today, my play of the day today is going to be in the 9th race in the Grade 3 Forbidden Apple, a mile on the turf on the inner. The one horse, Rinaldi, has the speed, has the rail, has Saez, who I believe won 3 races yesterday. All systems go. This horse ran well without Lasix last time, doesn't get Lasix today because it's a graded stake. I think his speed will make the difference. There's a couple of horses in here that ran against him last time, but I think the 2-turn mile distance is right up this horse's alley. And the horse is working good off a little bit of a layoff for Jimmy Bond. So my top pick today is going to be the one horse, Rinaldi. Going to tomorrow's races, there's 2 stakes up there. Legitimate stakes. They get to use whips, so that's why we're picking these races and none of the mammoth fake races. The 9th race tomorrow is the 6 furlong Grade 3 Sanford on the dirt. And like I said, be careful with the weather report. I don't know if it's going to rain. I can't give you picks for the rain and the wet. It's just too much. But this horse should run pretty well in both of them. In the 9th race tomorrow, the 5-horse Dance Code, 12-1 morning line, comes up from Parks, ran his lone race at Parks, going 4.5 in a maiden special. All of these horses basically ran once, winning a maiden special. But if you look at the way this horse run it, this horse went out, had the lead, got headed, and then came back again to win. That's a lot of running in 4.5 furlongs. So this horse has some heart. Is bred in case it rains for the wet. Off of his first race, he's going to be my top pick. Going down into the inside, the 2-horse Candy Landing. This horse won impressively, going 5.5 on the dirt. First time out of Churchill Downs, won by 4.5 lengths for Brendan Walsh, who's one of the better trainers in Kentucky and has been doing very well of late. So we're going to go to 2-5-5-2 Exacta box, and I think we're going to go with the longer shot, the 5-horse, to win that race. The race right after that, the 10th race, is the mile and an eighth Diana. It's a Grade 1 going a mile and an eighth on the inner turf. Like I said, I don't know what the weather conditions are going to be, but we're going to go with 2 horses here coming from overseas who have won and run on worse than off turfs. The 6-horse Summer Romance, chained by Charlie Appleby. Again, you're going to hear Louis Saez is on this horse. This horse has some speed, and I think that's going to be one of the aces in its corner for tomorrow. So the 6 Summer Romance is going to be my top pick. My second pick is going to be trained by Appleby again. And the public kind of gets screwed here. Same trainer, same owner, different running style. And Alfiqua, the 8-horse, is another horse who won, coming from overseas, won at Belmont. This horse came from off the pace. So Charlie Appleby has the perfect scenario in here. He's got the speed. He's got the closer. One of them is going to win. Which one? I don't know. I really don't. You need to play them both, because in the days when racing was real, this would have been called a coupled entry. You get them both. Now you don't. I have to take them both tomorrow. So in the Diana, I'm going with the 6 Summer Romance and the 8 Alfiqua. One of them's going to win. One of them's going to run second. I really don't know which. It's unfortunate, but that's a victim of the sport now. So in the 10th tomorrow, 6-8-8-6 Exacta box is my play.
Wow. It's that time of year again.
Yeah, it's a shame what racing. I mean, every sport's become a shadow of what it was. But when you have a race like this tomorrow with the same, and it's not the owner or the trainer's fault, so you can't blame them. It's the rules of the state. So when you have the same owner, the same trainer, and you have two different running styles, the one we used to call a rabbit with the speed, and he's going to go out and go as far as he can go. But he's a quality horse. So if he goes by himself and nobody goes with him, he's going to win. If somebody goes with him, you got the other ace in your hands with the closer. So the public really gets screwed here. It's really a shame what they did to racing. I don't know why they did it. I think maybe because of the lack of horses in the race. But when you're running in a Grade 1 race and you have the same owner, same trainer, you got to go back to the entries because the public's just getting robbed here.
All right, hey, I want you to have a good weekend.
Hey, good luck with you.
Oh, I've got my initial thing today. The good luck day really is Monday. That's the day where I'm going to need not that it's a dangerous operation, but if it's going to work, we'll know about it after by Monday evening. So.
Well, yeah, I mean with the stem cells, pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike, and I will be here Monday morning because I'm going to work till about 8:00 and then head down there. So.
All right, so. We have no racing next week till Monday, so I guess we can wait and see what happens on Monday with leaving stuff.
All right. You got it there, bud. Take care.
Have a good weekend, and again, good luck, Marshall.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Mike Cozzi with the Check on Sports this morning here on The Breakfast Club on Robin Hood Radio.